Hey, you ever known somebody that they just know so much and they know so much more than the people that's around them? And they really take pride in knowing so much and they won't hesitate in letting you know just how little you know. Let's talk about that for a second. My name's Ayin Kilimanjaro, that is, and I'm going to be bringing it to you. When I'm thinking about that topic of people that they just know so much, you know the best way to deal with individuals like that is not to try to come up against them and antagonize them, or to try to stand some sort of ground to show them how much you know. Because when you got this type of personality, they're only going to push back to show you just how little you know. Or they will truly stand their ground on doing anything that they can to not be proven wrong. And at the end of the day, this is what I found. Not that I've ever tried to battle with this type of a person. It's a waste of my time. You know so much? Okay. Let them know so much. Are you working with me in a healthy way? And what I mean by working with me in a healthy way, are you trying to encourage me? Are we upbuilding one another? You know so much on the topic of whatever it is that you're discussing, and you're trying to bring me along, okay? But not really likely. I think from the way that I laced this video at the beginning, you know more than likely that's not what we're talking about. Sometimes you're around people that just want to hear themselves talk. And depending on the relationship and how far it's went on, they'll be inclined to let you know as much. I remember one individual, they were talking about, how can I put this? I got a perfect way of putting it, but you know how I like to generalize things on here, because unless it's, well, this is my situation, but certain details just don't need to be said. Plus, I'm keeping certain individuals out of this. Me, I don't mind. I don't mind discussing about me all day. But anyways, with one particular situation, the person, they were trying to, let's just say, they were almost wanting to hold a class and schooling certain people on a particular topic. And they were like, look, I want to do this. Y'all should gather up around me. I know the most up on this topic. I'm going to be the one doing it. Basically just kind of letting us know, hey, look, I know the most on this. Y'all going to sit and listen to me talk. That was about as far as it went. Because anybody that watches these videos and you know me, you know that's not going to fly with me. You're not going to be telling me anything that I'm going to be doing. Especially with you not asking me and checking on it. Other than delegating some sort of task or what have you up at work, something completely different. You know what I'm talking about. You know that's not going to fly here. Not over here with Ayin Kilimanjaro. That was the end of that conversation. I didn't even bother telling them what I was and wasn't going to do. That was the last that I heard of it. Like I stated, actions speak louder than words. And I didn't have to stand there battling back and forth on this person on just how little you know. I just wanted to bring this topic up is because I've witnessed in a lot of situations, on a lot of occasions, where you have a person with this dominant personality, or they think that they're dominant. They try to dominate on those that let them dominate. And like we've discussed in other videos, just because you're dominating the room doesn't really mean that you're dominating. Just because people aren't saying anything. If you're dealing with me, I'm not even listening to you. Matter of fact, you're not even talking to me because you don't even have my attention. Like I said, I've said this in other videos. Everybody has free will. I can't stop you from doing anything. Neither do I care. Same thing with me. So you can stand and do whatever. As long as you're not in my bubble, you can go on with that. And I've seen where people really for no better outcome, they stand and they try to battle with these individuals, and it just turns into something that's heated, and it just really leads nowhere. It's waste of energy, time, as far as I'm concerned, brain power and resources. Somebody that knows it all, let them know. What I'm saying, let them know, you don't have to let them know. Let them know and they can keep it to themselves, or they can talk about it, they can shout it from the rooftops. I'm not sitting there entertaining that. The reason why I do these videos is because coming up against individuals like this, I know that not everybody is ready to deal with these individuals. They can be difficult. They can make relationships taxing. And in regards to you, make for a very uncomfortable situation, especially if you can't speak up for yourself. Don't waste time on these situations. I try to lay this out on the table, this spread for you, because I'm laying it out before you so you can sit back and see on just how silly some of this stuff sounds. Sometimes when you're in it, it's hard to see on what you're really into. That's the reason why they say hindsight is 20/20, and that's the reason why it's easier to look at somebody else's situation and go, oh man, they're doing that, I would do this, and you can make so many judgment calls. You can just be the give the best advice and best knowledge up on everything, but then when it comes to you, you're lost in the dark. And that's the purpose that these videos are here for. For you to take a step back, look at these crazy situations that I talk about, and you can see on how you could better apply yourself in your life with the situations. Healthy ways to get around the situation, out of the situation, healthily deal with it. And like I stated in other videos, we don't actively talk about cutting people off because relationships are delicate. It would be irresponsible for me to just say, oh, I wouldn't deal with that person or this, that, and other, because I don't know your history on it, but I do know time management, and I do know how to dial people back, how to set up the necessary boundaries so I can have my peace. And if just so happens that I have to keep moving that boundary line because I'm going to have my peace and I'm going to have the boundaries that I want in place. If just so happens I have to keep redefining that line and keep drawing that line in the sand, healthily, I'm not talking about drawing this line in the sand like we're gonna have a standoff and we're just it's gonna be a duel to the death. That's not what I'm inferring. What I'm stating is I have to keep redefining that line and that boundary, and just so happen you're cut out of that piece of the pie, then so be it. I'm trying with you healthily. So that's what I'm gonna say pertaining to Ayin. But to you all, not in your shoes, not in the situations. But I do know what healthy looks like. That's the other purpose that the videos show. Some people, they don't know what healthy looks like. They've been around unhealthy for so long, it's hard to recognize on what you should be picking up and what you should be putting down. That's it. I don't have anything else to contribute to this topic. My name's Ayin. Hit those links in the description box. Follow me on the social media. Check out the book that I've written. Ayin Kilimanjaro is the Arithmetic to Family Communication. It is a book on this very topic of dealing with your mother, father, siblings. Every chapter starts with talking about yourself first. That's it. Stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged. I'm Ayin. You have a good one.